Hey, hey, welcome back, guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into this. Leos, keep in mind, we're coming up to a full moon pretty quick here. So we may have the energy of the full moon in this storyline. Full moons can be great times to release things, change energy a little bit. So we'll keep that in mind. Six of Cups. This is not necessarily a release so much as it is a return, a soulmate that either someone is thinking about in a nostalgic way. Ooh, okay, somebody's got big regrets with whatever happened with Leo. They could be either a water sign or a fire sign themselves, or maybe this is Leo feeling deep regrets. It feels like this is actually somebody from a long time ago. This is not recent. Why is this coming up during the full moon? Somebody who has a lot of regrets, a lot of pain because they wish that they had married Leo, or this is someone who did marry Leo. And it's like, Leo was my divine counterpart. And I knew that. The universe helped me meet Leo, that, everything here at one point in time, I knew who I was sitting next to. I knew that Leo was somebody so important to me. So how did it all go so wrong then? We have a King of Wands upright. It's like at one point in time, they know how much they love Leo. So why all the regrets? Hang on. What are all the regrets about? Eight of Pentacles, that they didn't work harder on something. Work harder on what? Let's change decks. What did you not work harder on? Six of Wands. That, or maybe they worked too hard on this. Six of Wands is ego, or it's personal success. Maybe they needed to feel more personally successful. I don't know, though, because they were a King of Wands at one point. They loved this Leo. They know that Leo was their divine counterpart. Page of Cups. Maybe it's that they needed to say sorry. Maybe that simple 2 words, I'm sorry. But they wouldn't let their ego do it. And that's the part they should have worked on. Hang on. Did they lose Leo? Is that what this is? Is somebody during this full moon just lamenting the loss of Leo in their life? Judgment and hanged woman, hanged man. So yeah, that's exactly it. They see everything from a different perspective right now. And it's like, unfortunately, this Judgment card, instead of it being, like it's time to resurrect a connection, we actually have, like, instead of Archangel Gabriel, standing there blowing his horn, resurrecting energy. It's like, yeah, even Gabriel turned their back on this. We've got little bones and stuff scattered and they're all picked clean. And it's like, yeah, too late. I think somebody feels like it's too late. But man, are they lost in memories of Leo. And I think that they could not humble themselves. I think to come in and give an apology to Leo for whatever reason, they're like, why did I not just do that? Why did I waste years possibly of my life with the person that I know that Leo was the one. I never loved anybody like I loved Leo. So why is it that I didn't work on my ego and learn to say sorry? And even here, there's this energy of like looking back at the past, right? And this is a 2-headed mermaid in this cup. I think it's just hitting them really, really, really hard. This King of Wands, it's hitting them very hard. So what are you going to do during this full moon? I mean, to feel this, to recognize this, to, emotionally acknowledge, like, this is how I feel. What does that mean? Because feeling the feels doesn't mean anything really unless there's action. 4 of Swords. By the way, they don't look well. This person might have a cold or something. They look pretty gray. They look pretty, I don't know. This is somebody who's got a lot of regrets at a certain chapter in their own life, and they're reflecting very clearly on a mistake made. I have the Empress. I don't know, for this to be the, in the silence and the solitude and the, trying to heal. But I don't know how much you can heal when you know that Leo was like the one. Leo was the one that got away. Leo is the best of the best. Leo is the person. Why are you feeling it so much now, though? What is with them contemplating so heavily right now? Tower in the reverse. It just feels like somebody who's clinging to the, I don't want this to actually be genuinely over. That's the thing. It's just this emotional, like, I know that it feels like it's way too late, but I can't fathom the fact that it's really too late. By the way, we did have Libra, Taurus here. We've got Scorpio here. We've got Aries in here. Um, what did I miss? Pisces. This just really feels like they are at a place where it's too heavy on them, that it's maybe because so much time has passed, maybe because, at a certain point, like we realize, oh my God, Leo may never reach out to me. In fact, I'm positive that they aren't, because they never have. There's been silence for so long with that Four of Swords. So long. But my feelings about Leo are more obvious than ever. They'll always be the one that got away. What have you been doing, character? If you know that Leo is this important to you, what have you been busy doing? Love and Leo. Okay, Ace of Cups. Feeling love for Leo, but what else? Six of Swords, and watching Leo move away from me. So why would you not just say you were sorry? Why did you not try to talk to Leo? Four of Swords in the reverse. I wasn't healed enough in myself to even fathom saying sorry to anybody. Let's ask from Leo's perspective. What does Leo think that an apology was necessary for? Or maybe I should change the way I ask that. Maybe I should say, Leo, why did Leo move on? Why did Leo move away from this person? Death card, Seven of Pentacles. Leo says, oh man, I waited for so long for there to be a change, and there was never a change. So I finally realized the change it's over, it's done. The Death card is an ending, but with new cycles, new beginnings. But in this case, it's like, it can also be a card where the things that needed to change maybe never did. So therefore, I realized over time what had changed is that the connection is actually over. Leo moved on. Leo gave a lot of time to this person. What was it, though, that needed to change, Leo, from your perspective? The injustice. So we have the Justice card here, Libra energy. They would continuously do me wrong. This is somebody who punishes with silence. They remove themselves. They sit up. They can never do anything wrong. They're always going to be the person who they remove themselves from any genuine conversation. I'm feeling like with that Ace of Swords being turned upright, it's like, and they're sitting up on top of that building, far, far, far removed. I feel like somebody punished Leo. Not somebody, they punished Leo with silence. Leo, what do you think they wanted you to do during the punishment phase? King of Cups sideways. Leo's like, they didn't want me to do anything. It wasn't a power play to get me to come groveling to them. This is just how they behave. They can shut down their emotions completely because they've got a real messed up energy in them. So Leo says this person is someone who has problems, and they intentionally remove themselves from an emotional connection. Okay, let's go back over to them and ask, character, is that at all true? How would you respond to that? Nine of Cups and the World card. I think that they're saying point blank, it was always all about me. I was very self-indulgent. I would walk away from anything at any point in time once I got what I wanted from it. And I would just think I'd go have another new beginning elsewhere, because it was always about, I go where my satisfaction is going to be gained. And so, it was like they could walk away from anything. Once the fun ran out, they go seek some other fun. Because it's very self-indulgent to just go ahead and go have new beginnings all the time. Leo, well, I should ask them. King of Wands, so did you abandon Leo then and go try to have a new beginning elsewhere? We have the Chariot. They definitely intentionally left Leo, and I think that they left Leo hanging. Okay, can we just... I don't even know that this is so similar to, I think, one of the last Leo stories we had, which was very unpleasant. Just like this one is, we see how much this has heavily impacted them. Their own actions, their own behavior has become the thing that is like, they're living in their karma right now. The amount of regrets they have is crushing them. But they did all this. They moved forward. They went ahead and silenced Leo, went into silent mode, ignored Leo, shut down on Leo for whatever they perceived. Why did you do that? Why pull the justice card like that on Leo? Queen of Wands. Leo was their Queen of Wands, yeah. And then what? I have no idea. Maybe they didn't want somebody who was equally as powerful as them, because this is like, I did the justice card because Leo was a Queen of Wands. They were so empowered. They were so incredible. And so, I'll let them miss me instead. They can't have me, that amazing person who's equal to me in every way. I definitely want to slip away from Leo's grasp and let Leo miss me. That, or they think, I don't know though. This is just like they wanted Leo to miss them. Star card and Empress. Well, that's not what happened. Leo instead healed, and Leo became even more than they were. Leo is full-blown Empress, super empowered. This is the second time we've seen an Empress. And it is they who did not match up to Leo. That kind of weird behavior of like, I'm going to make Leo miss me, blah, blah, blah. It has epically backfired, as we can see. Where is Leo at this point, especially around this full moon? Where is Leo at? 5 of Cups. Leo's able to think about that 5 of Cups and admit, oh yeah, I felt a lot of pain over what happened. 5 of Swords, and then I got mad. And I said, I don't ever want them back. I put up boundaries. And then I worked on myself. Look, this is the full moons bring up messages from like the deep within, right? And so I feel like Leo's subconscious is able to say, oh, I was devastated by what happened. Then I was really hurt, really angry. And then I actually really started to sew myself back together. I started to work on healing, not rejecting or not holding on to hurt energy. Then I got more excited about my life again, and I got peaceful again. And my energy flow for my interests, my joy in life came back. So where are you right now, Leo? Then, we can see that you're reflecting on all this. We've got a 10 of Cups upright and a sacred masculine, which is the Emperor sideways. I don't know if Leo has met an Emperor, but Leo's like, I'm going to be meeting an Emperor. I'm going to be meeting somebody amazing. I'm going to have great love in my life. I feel so happy. I feel so hopeful. I do not think that Leo is thinking back to this person anymore. I think only in the context of saying, wow, that was such a horrible experience. And then it really made me bitter for a while. But then I got my mojo back. I feel healed again. And oh man, where I am right now, if Leo is starting a relationship with somebody, this could be somebody that they go the distance with, or it's certainly someone that Leo is like, can't wait to see where this goes. This person's really great. They're really nice. They're really loving. They're lovable. I can't wait to see what happens with me and this potential Emperor. Is there somebody in Leo's life right now? 9 of Swords. No, it's more that Leo is envisioning having a 10 of Cups. They can envision it, but they don't know who it is. That's why that Emperor is sideways. Leo's like, I know that I'm on the cusp of a 10 of Cups. I can be really, really happy, but who is my Emperor? I don't see them yet. And it kind of worries me. Why am I having this vibe that there's somebody wonderful when I haven't met him yet? What's the deal with the Emperor? That's because they haven't quite approached Leo's world yet. We've got that action of Wands. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. They're on their way. Let me shift over to the universe and just ask, universe, what's your advice to Leo at this moment in time in particular? Strength card in the reverse. Look at any kind of fears that Leo has. Look at anything that is like that Leo could brush up on right now. 2 of Wands, and know that they have all the power to choose a new path for themselves. Leo doesn't have to be fearful or worried. Maybe let me ask, universe, what is Leo worried about from your perspective, from the highest perspective? 6 of Swords. I kind of think it's like, am I really over the ex? Am I really over that person that, they left me in grief. They left me in anger. I feel so much better. I'm ready for happiness, but there's still a part of me that worries. Am I really done with that? And the universe is saying, Leo, have no fear that you'll be choosing a totally different person. Leo might be afraid that ex is coming back. Leo doesn't have to accept an ex, no matter how sad they are over this, no matter how much they regret what they did. That might just be their life lesson. Leo doesn't have to worry about the ex coming back. Even if the ex does, Leo doesn't have to deal with them. Let me just say, the Emperor. Universe, can you give Leo any insight on the Emperor? The Death card, the second time. So we know that Leo was done with an ex, right? They didn't want to deal with that. They cut that person off. They made the changes. We already saw the Death card before. And the universe is just reminding Leo, you said you didn't want an ex back? Don't worry, baby. That's not what you get. You had the courage to change your course in life. Then you had the courage to heal yourself. Now you have your courage to look into your future. Into this crystal ball, there is blooming love, absolutely blooming love that is different, that is better. Oh, so much better for Leo. This is amazing. It could be a Scorpio, or it could be an Aries on the horizon. King of Cups upright. Somebody that will love Leo right. Somebody that is attuned to their emotions, not that person from the past who couldn't show emotions and would instead use punishment and silence because Leo maybe or wanted them to actually show up and be loving. I feel like that's all it was. I think Leo wanted that person to be loving, and I think this person of the past decided, since you think you can demand that I love you, you think you're so great, you think you're a queen of wands, here, let me teach you a lesson. I can walk away from you, instead of giving Leo love. That's what I think happened in the past. This new person is going to be the exact opposite. The exact opposite. Everything that the old person would have done, this person is going to give support and loving. Where the other person from the past abandoned Leo, was unfair with Leo, went into silent mode, this person, if there's any flicker of like reassurance that Leo needs or something like that, they probably won't even let Leo get to the point where they have to ask for reassurance, because this person's going to be so warm and so good at giving the reassurance, giving the warmth, giving the love. Completely different energy. This person is nothing like the past. They're the good twin. They are the opposite of that person of the past. 8 of Pentacles. They are the person who absolutely makes sure that they work on the relationship with Leo. That's basically all Leo ever wanted. But man, they got treated rudely, specifically, intentionally rudely by this person of their past. And that person of the past, universe, what is the message for them? Person of the past, since they took up the whole first chunk of this story, we need to ask. 10 of Swords. It's over. And they have to just kind of live with the fact that they lost Leo in this lifetime because of their own actions. And the only way that they have to move forward now is to stop being the way they were. But it's over with Leo. They don't get another chance. They don't even get to go back in and talk to Leo. This is a very painful full moon for that ex. Very painful. It's the awareness now, the thing that they can't ever unknow, which is, I lost the love of my life and I did it. Okay, we got to end it here because my baby needs me to anyway. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs